Hi everyone. Okay, in this video I'm going to show you for the example of partial question from topic markup and markdown. So let us look at December 2019 part A, question 7. Andy bought a lawn mower that cost 5,000 ringgit. He was given 25% discount on that purchase. He later sold that lawn mower with a markup of 35% on selling price. Find the selling price of the lawn mower. Okay, so here we have the list price of the lawn mower. So you may write, okay, the list price lawn mower 5,000 ringgit. Okay, with a discount, okay, trade discount given 25% or 0.25. Okay, now we do have the markup value 35% based on selling price. So before we proceed, let us calculate the cost of a lawn mower. So let's start with using formula. Okay, find for the cost using formula. Net price equals to list price times with 1 minus D. So here we have 5,000 ringgit for your list price and your D 0.25. So for the net price, we do have total of 3,750 ringgit. So this is actually your cost. Okay, so once you have the cost, what about the markup? Given that the markup equals to 0.35 based on selling price. Now we are going to calculate the selling price using formula. Selling price equals to cost plus with the markup. So here for the selling price not given, you can write the selling price, and then the cost we have 3,750 ringgit plus with the markup 0.35 from the selling price. Okay, using basic algebra, solve for the selling price, bring it to the left hand side. So selling price minus 0.35 from selling price equals to 3,750. So 1 minus 0.35, we have 0.65 from the selling price. Okay, and then you solve for the selling price by bringing 0.65 to the left hand side. We divide by 0.65. So we have a total of selling price of RM 5,769 million and 23 cents. So settle for part A, December 2019. Now let's proceed with December 2019 part B, question 1B. Salunet Sinabrahat, a computer dealer, bought 50 computer tables for 250 ringgit each. Operating expenses incurred was 20% of the cost price. If the net profit was 15% of the selling price, calculate the total selling price if all computer tables are sold. And then find the maximum markdown percent that could be offered so that there is no loss is incurred. Okay, so first thing first, let us write the information given in the question. So we do have the cost for one computer. So cost for one is RM 250. Okay, but since question asks you to find for the selling price of all, so if you need to find for the cost of all computers, so we have 50 computer, so 250 you times with 50, we have a total cost of 12,500 ringgit. And we do have the operating expenses of 20%, 0.20 from the cost. Okay, and we do have the net profit 0.15 from the selling price. Now, question number 1. Okay, I'm going to divide into two sections here. So this is number 1 and the second part is for number 2. Okay, so for question number 1, find for the selling price. Okay, total selling price for all computers. So they mean to say you need to find for selling price for 50 computer. Okay, so formula selling price equals to the cost, okay, for 50, okay, plus with the operating expenses for 50 plus with the net profit of 50 computers. Okay, so here you may write selling price equals to the cost we have 12,500 ringgit plus the operating expenses, okay, 0.2 from the cost times with 12,500 plus with the net profit of 0.15 multiplied with the selling price. To solve for the selling price, you may bring it to the left hand side. So here we have selling price minus 0.15 from the selling price equals to, okay, we have 15,000 here, okay, and then we have 1 minus 0.15, okay, of selling price, have 0.85 of the selling price equals to 15,000, and then we may solve for the selling price by bringing 0.85 to the right hand side. So 15,000 ringgit, you divide by 0.85, you will have a total selling price for 50 computer of RM, 17,647 ringgit and 6 cents. Okay, now settle for question number 1. Let's proceed with question number 2. Find the maximum markdown percent that could be offered so that there is no loss incurred. So before you can proceed, you need to know what is your break-even price. Okay, so to find for the break-even price, so BEP equals to the cost plus with the operating expenses. So we have cost of 50 computer, so 12,500 plus with the 0.2 from the 12,500, we have a total break-even price of 15,000 ringgit. Now, right formula, maximum markdown rate, okay, equals to the selling price minus with the break-even price divided by selling price, we times with 100. So here we have selling price of 17,647 ringgit and 6 cents. You minus with 15,000, you divide by 17,647 ringgit and 6 cents times with 100. Sorry this is mesti conteng sikit. Oops. Okay. Okay, and then you solve for the maximum markdown rate. We have a total of 15%. Okay, so now let's proceed with June 2019. Okay, we have paid part A and part B. So for part A, okay, a bridal shop sold 10 bridesmaid dresses for RMX. The cost for a dress is 300 ringgit. The markup was 45% based on selling price. Find the value of X. So you may write that the selling price, okay, selling price for 10 dresses is RMX, okay, with cost for one item, okay, or cost for a dress is 300 ringgit. Okay, since we want to know the cost for the 10 dress, you just multiply 300 with 10, we have a total of 3,000, and then we also have the markup, okay, M equals to 0.45 based on selling price. Now, to find for the value of X, write formula SP, selling price equals to the cost plus with the markup. Okay, so we don't know what is our selling price, you just write SP equals to the cost for 10, okay, dresses. Okay, so here cost for 10 dresses, we have 3,000 plus the markup value 0.45 from the selling price. So for the selling price using basic algebra, so bring it to the left hand side. So selling price minus 0.45 from the selling price equals to 3,000. So 1 minus 0.45, so we have 0.55 from the selling price equals to 3,000. And you may solve for the selling price. Okay, 3,000 you divide by 0.55, so we have a total selling price of 5,454 ringgit and 55 cents. Okay, so settle for June 2019. Let's proceed for part B. Okay, question number 1B. Excellent Stationery's neighborhood would like to sell a box of gel pens at the price of 150 ringgit. So a box, okay, selling price for a box is RM 150 ringgit. So one box consists of 20 gel pen. So selling price for a pen, okay, so 150, you just divide by 20 pence. You will get RM 7 ringgit and 50 cents for a pen. Okay, for a pen. Okay, selling price for one pen is 7 ringgit 50 cents. The operating expenses are 2 ringgit and 30 cents for a gel pen. Okay, if the company wants to have 30% net profit based on cost, find cost for a gel pen. Okay, so we do have operating expenses 2 ringgit and 30 cents, and you also have the net profit of 30% based on cost. Okay, so now find for the cost. Okay, write formula. Okay, so number 1 formula. Let me divide this section. Okay, so question number 1, find the cost of a gel pen. Write formula as P equals to the cost plus operating expenses plus with the net profit. Okay, and then for the selling price here, for one pen, we do have 7 ringgit and 50 cents. Okay, the cost, we don't know what is the cost, so you may write C plus the operating expenses. Operating expenses is for one pen, so we have 2 ringgit and 30 cents. Okay, plus with the net profit 0.30 from the C of the cost. So here you may bring 2 ringgit and 30 cents to the left hand side. So 7 ringgit and 50 cents. 7 ringgit and 50 cents. You minus 2 ringgit and 30 cents equals to C plus with 0.30 C. So 1 plus 0.3, we have 1.30 C. Okay, 7 ringgit and 50 cents minus 2 ringgit and 30 cents. We have 5 ringgit and 20 cents. And then you solve for C. Okay, 5 ringgit 20 cents, you divide by 1 ringgit and 30 cents equals to C. So your C is equals to RM 4 ringgit. Okay, once you are done, so this is the cost for one pen. Now, question number 2. Determine whether there is any profit or loss incurred if the company wants to sell a box of gel pens at 120. So before this, the company wants to sell a box at 150. Now, a box, okay, selling price for a box is RM 120. So you need to check whether is there any profit or loss incurred. Okay, so here we have formula for the net profit equals to the selling price minus the cost minus with operating expenses. Take note that, okay, so given that the selling price here is for a box, meaning to say a box is consists of 20 gel pen. So find for the cost of 20 and the operating expenses of 20. So to find for the net profit, okay, whether there's any profit or loss. So here selling price for 20 is equals to 120. But then cost for 20, we only have cost for one. So what you need to do is that you just multiply 4 ringgit cost for one, you multiply with 20 gel pens minus with operating expenses, we have 2 ringgit and 30 cents. Okay, for one gel pen, so here 2 ringgit and 30 cents, you just multiply with 20 pen. Okay, so here solve for the net price, we have a total of RM negative 6 ringgit. That means we have sign symbol or sign negative. You will experience loss if you sell a box of gel pen at 120 ringgit selling price. Okay, and then for December 2018, a retailer sold 30 pair of shoes for 2,550 ringgit. The shoes were sold with a markup of 25% on cost for each pair of shoes. Find the total cost of the shoes. So we do have the selling price for 30 shoes, 2,550 with markup 0.25 from the cost. Okay, to find for the total cost, write formula selling price equals to cost plus with the markup, and then you solve, okay, substitute, and then you solve, you'll get the answer cost equals to 2,040 ringgit. This is actually the cost of 30 shoes. The last question here, part B, December 2018. Elegant Watch Cinnamon bought 40 smartwatches for 150 each. If the operating expenses estimated at are 20% based on cost, and the net profit is 10% based on selling price. Calculate the total selling price if all smartwatches are sold. And then find the maximum percentage of markdown that could be offered to customers so that there is no profit or loss. So first thing first, you may write the information from the question. We have cost for one watches. Okay, we have 150 ringgit. And we do have operating expenses for one smartwatches. Okay, we have here 0.2 times with the cost for one item. We have 30 ringgit for the operating expenses, and then we do also have the net profit of 0.110 of the selling price. Now, to find for the selling price using formula cost plus with operating expenses plus with net profit. Okay, so substitute into the formula all the information. So you have cost for one item 150, operating expenses for the one item 30 ringgit, and then the net profit 0.10 from the selling price. And then you solve. Okay, you'll get selling price for one item 200 ringgit. But question asks you to find for the all. So what you need to do is that you just need to multiply with the 40 units. Okay, so have selling price for 40 units equals to 8,000 ringgit. Okay, and then find for the maximum percentage of markdown that could be offered to customers so that there is no profit or loss. So for the formula maximum markdown rate, we are going to use selling price minus the break-even price divided by selling price. Okay, find for the break-even price for the one item only. So here 150 you plus with 30 ringgit, you will get 180 ringgit. And then okay, make sure you substitute into the formula. So here selling price for one item minus with break-even price for one item divided by the selling price for one item. So you will get maximum markdown of 10%. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you, class.